All right, let's do another reading. Chester Raccoon and the Big Bad Bully. Hmm. Let's see what this book is about. Chester Raccoon stood in front of his tree, hollow, looking gloomy. His younger brother Ronnie and his best friend Cassie stood beside him. "We don't want to go to school," Chester told his mother. "We want to stay home with you. Please, may we stay home with you?" "I thought you liked school," said Miss Raccoon. "We do," said Chester. "Then why do you want to stay home with me?" Chester lowered his head and shuffled his foot. There is a bully at school," he explained in a quiet, muffled voice. Miss Raccoon reached out and tenderly lifted Chester's head with her hand. "What did you say?" Chester gazed into his mother's loving eyes and gulped. "There's a bully at school, and he's horrible," cried Ronnie. "He's big and mean. He has giant claws on his hands and feet," wailed Cassie. "And fangs!" screeched Chester. "And fire comes out of his nose. And if you get in his way, he'll step on your face and squash you like a bug." "Like a bog? Like a bug?" echoed Ronnie. "Oh my, he sounds very scary," said Mamma Raccoon. "Bullies can be very difficult. I tell you what," she told the frightening cubs. "I'll walk you to school and back. Then we can decide what to do about this bully." When Raccoons reached the school tree, Chester tugged at his mother's arm. "That's him! That's the bully!" He pointed at a he pointed a trembling finger at the badger standing by the pond. "Isn't he awful? He's the most scary looking bully you've ever seen." "Oh my, yes," whispered Miss Raccoon. "But I'm sure we can work things out." Before leaving, she gently fluffed Chester's mask and playfully tweaked Ronnie's nose. "Be brave," she told the cubs, and gave each of her sons a comforting kiss in their palms. Be brave. After school, Chester, Ronnie, and Cassie told Miss Raccoon how the badger bullied his classmate at recess. First, he snatched the ball away from the squirrel and then popped it. Then he climbed the top of the jungle gym and squashed the possum's fingers until the possum fell on the ground. Then he spooked a doe who bumped into a skunk who got scared that he sprayed and stunk. Even the owl teacher couldn't get him to behave. "Sometimes animals are bullies because they don't know any other way," explained Mamma Raccoon. "But I think there's a way you can change things. Go get your friends and bring them to our tree. I want to share a story." A few minutes later, a crowd of eager young forest animals stood at the base of the Chester's tree house, and Miss Raccoon began her tale. "Once, a long time ago, there was a secret forest, sprinkled with yellow stones. The stones were round and polished, big and little, and smooth enough to hold. Every animal in the forest collected them and treasured them. One day, an animal found a blue stone. It was very exciting since no animal had ever seen a blue stone. The blue stone was rough and dull, without any polish or shine, and it had sharp, prickly points sticking out, making it very hard to hold. Careful not to hurt their paws, the animals carried the stone to the center of the forest and placed it atop a tree stump, where everyone could see it. "Perhaps the stone is blue because it popped out of the ground too soon," suggested a fox. So the animals waited and watched for many days and nights to see if the blue stone would turn yellow. but the stone remained blue, and the outer shell remained sharp and pointy. I believe the stone is blue because that's the color it's meant to be, said the very wise snake. Therefore, we shall treasure the blue stone for the color it is, and if we want to hold the stone, we do our as we do their yellow stones, we'll have to work together to smooth its outer shell. So first the woodpeckers took turns chirping off the stone's sharp prickly points with their beaks. Then the chipmunks rolled the stone with their noses, while the other animals shined and buffed the stone with tree bark and fluffy tails. In time, the blue stone was smooth and shiny as yellow stones. Miss Raccoon smiled down at the young animals, listening to her story. The badger at your school is just like the blue stone, she explained to Chester and his schoolmates. He is a badger, and that is the way he is meant to be. But if you work together, I think you can smooth out his bullying ways and turn him into a beautiful blue stone. The next day at school, when recess bell began, all the little animals went outside together. They huddled close to one another and walked towards the bully in one great big confident pack, and with Chester in front holding a ball. At first the bully looked at them with a twinkle in his eye, thinking, I'll get one of you. Ha ha ha. But as the pack got nearer and nearer to him, without a hint of fear, the badger's expression changed. His eyes widened, his jaw dropped, his knees grew weak and wobbly. Suddenly, the bully was scared. He was frightening. He began to whimper and squeal, and he thought, they're coming to get me back. But there was nowhere to run. He just stood there with his back against the tree as his schoolmates got closer and closer and closer together as a team. Finally, Chester's nose was nose to nose with the trembling badger. He narrowed his eyes and looked as serious as his little furry face would allow. Then, without hesitation, he held up a ball, looked straight into the bully's eyes, and asked, Want to play? Huh? The surprised bully stopped shaking. He looked at his classmates who were laughing and offering friendship. You want me to play with you? He squealed with delight. He gently took the ball out of Chester's hands. Okay, he told him, I'll play. So one short moment the badger softened and the bully became a friend. The badger's edges were not rough anymore. They were smooth and blue. The badger didn't need to bully anyone ever again. Chester glanced towards the wooden path and saw his mother watching and smiling. She placed a kiss in her palm and showed it to her son. Chester did the same and then joined in the fun. All right, guys. It takes courage to work with everyone to turn that bully from a rough rock into a blue shining friend. All right. Bye.